when I got the fight, Steve hit me up and he said, "Hey, yeah, I can help you out, brother. Come down and train with us." I was like, there's no better style for me to train with than them guys. So training with those guys, being in a room where every single one of those guys is a monster, and they're all have the same style as Sean Brady, and literally, I think every single one of them was better than him. Like I felt with that, I felt that style, I felt that uncomfortability that a lot of guys don't feel during camps because you're with your regular team, your guys are doing the same thing to you every day. You know who's the easy round, you know who's the hard round. When I went down there with those guys, I was uncomfortable every single time, and yeah, I'm cool with Khabib and everything, but like, there's not a hey, let's have a flow roll or anything with those guys. Everything's hard. Everything, they don't want to lose a round. They don't want to lose the takedown. They don't want to lose anything. Everything's to win every single minute. And I had rounds where they were just holding me, and I'm in my guard, and I'm like, all right, are you gonna try to pass or anything? But like, I just lost because they held me down 5 minutes, and it changed my mentality of all right, I got to start pushing right away. And Habib the whole time was telling me like, brother, what are you doing? You're just losing. You're losing right now. So like the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I was with them training. Like I was losing every single round, and I started figuring it out later on that all right, now I got to start pushing. I got to start pushing, and it made me start faster in the Sean Brady fight.
Yeah, they don't care when you're booing. They don't care what you're saying. They don't care about any of that because all they care about is winning. The records reflect it. You look at across, like who just fought. Usman just won the title, Islam, and then you've got Umar. If you look at Usman, Umar, and Habib, they're 60-0. I mean, like, look at the end of the day, and John knows that I say this all the time. Winning solves everything. When you get in there and win, no one's gonna remember that you had boring fights 3 years ago. They're not gonna give a shit. Oh, he's the most dominant guy. Doesn't, dude, this guy's all of a sudden the champ. Your bank account reflects that. That's, you know what I mean? So when you go with them, and you understood, is that just when you're on bottom, their mentality is if they're put on bottom, they're looking to sweep you right away, cause a scramble, get on top, or get back to their feet. They're not laying back to their back. They're coming after you. And if they're on top, they want you to put yourself in position to jeopardize. You got to give up your back. You got to give up side control. You got to give up something to get out from underneath them because they're just going to hold you there until you're frustrated and you're just letting it tick away or you do something stupid.
Exactly, and like even going with like Habib, it'll be like the bell will be ringing, and I'm like, all right, the bell ringing. He'll just continue going on. Like, all right, well, the bell ring again. So it'll be like 20 minutes straight. They're like, they don't care about clock. They don't care about anything. And like you said, it's like there'll be rounds where a couple of the guys I'll see them sparring, and then Habib will look at him like, brother, you're a better wrestler than this guy, and he's a better striker than you. So why are you trying to strike with him? Like even in the practice, they have that mentality of like, do what's gonna help you win. Why are you striking with the striker? You're so stupid. Like Habib will call you out, and those call outs I think helped a lot too because that made me bring that back to my team here in Chicago, where at the end of your practice over there, Habib will like, yo, you look terrible today. I don't know what you're doing. You wrestled with this guy. He controlled you on the ground. You look like a little fish out there. You're playing on your back too much, and that's what I'm used to here. Is like, oh, I'm playing on my back. Let me throw up the triangle a little bit or this a little bit. And it's like over there, you throw a triangle at them, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna pass your guard. They're gonna mount you. They're gonna hold you there, wrist ride you the whole time,
Right.
and you're gonna feel like, bro, am I a white belt? I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know if they had this before when they were training before they came to AK, but Javier is one of the ones that if you did you get he hold mitts for you at all?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he doesn't do bells. Like for at least he never did with me. And I know he didn't do it with Rockhold. I know he doesn't do it with Habib, but we don't do rounds. It's that first round's like 30 minutes long. There's no break. And so you've done a whole fight in that first round, and then you do 2 more rounds after that, and they taper down. Normally the second round's about 12 minutes to 15, depending on how good a cardio. And the last round is basically he just tries to burn you out until you have nothing left, which lasts probably between 7 to 10 minutes. And then that's your hour of training. That's like that. And then you go and do the bike workout. I know you did the bike workout if you were training with them. It was just, it's wall escapes, grinding. It goes bike, wall escapes. Then it goes bike, and then it goes car, and then it goes takedowns. It goes all these things. You understand.
Yeah.
It's just,
People were like, "What man? What do they do there that's different? What do they do there?" I'm like, bro, it's just hard work. Like they don't do nothing. Great. Literally hard work. They're pushing themselves. Uh, not like, oh man, they have like doing cone drills or anything. Like, bro, it's like literally at the end of practice, all right, we're holding the plank for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and it's like wall sits, and it's like simple stuff that you did like in high school wrestling, but they're just pushing you that every single day.
Yeah, there's nothing different about the training. And it's funny because a lot of the wall stuff that you'll do with them, they'll do it, say, like, 50%, but they'll do it for 2 hours. It's like they have you just going, and by the time you get 20 minutes in, there's no breaks. It's like, no, we're not even working hard. This is just the day where we're both kind of run down. Let's just work on but it's for 2 hours. Like you'll be there just, reversing each other, getting a takedown, trying to get back up. Guy comes back. But you're flowing using the technique that, different types of foot sweeps, different types of, single legs to the dump, all of those things. It's all just based off of, they're not reinventing the wheel. They're just really solidifying what they do very well, very technically, and just in motion, just keeping you moving, keeping themselves moving to really slow you down. And I'm going to be honest. When I saw you fight Vicente Luque, you were off your back foot. You were fighting, he was walking, and you were off your back foot. You were throwing the combinations. You would throw, and then you'd circle, which was a good game plan. I'm not disagreeing with the game plan. But the one that I saw fight Sean Brady, different animal.
God damn, it was good.
And I know they're different fighters. I understand that. But you had something of a swagger in that fight with Sean Brady that just a lot of people wouldn't have came in with against someone who's 15-0 or 14-15-0. They wouldn't have came in with that type of mentality. They would have said, okay, let me see what he does. Let me see what this happens. He had it, you had it, and it's just something that really, really opened my eyes on just your stand-up, your pace, your wrestling, your ability to shut down takedowns as well as get takedowns. Bro, I don't know if it had to do with the training with Khabib and the guys there, but I'm going to be honest, like, you looked fantastic. And I know John tooted your horn, but I got to say it myself too.
I appreciate that, brother. No, honestly, I think, like people say all the time, I'm trying to get better. Every fight I'm getting better. Every camp I'm getting better. But this fight, I was on an 8-fight winning streak already. And then I went and I looked for a better team. I looked to train with better guys. I'm training with who I consider the GOAT, with Khabib and Islam, who I think is probably the best fighter in the UFC right now. So I didn't have to go out there and train with those guys because my team here, I was winning. We're doing the right things. But like, I wanted to get uncomfortable. I wanted to grow even more because, like you said, even after the Luque fight, I'm thinking that, I beat Luque. I beat a guy that knocked me out. I'm on a huge winning streak, but still, I don't think I was still getting the respect that I thought that I deserved. And I felt like I fought him a certain way that you had to fight Luque, unless you had that straight one-punch knockout power. Luque wants to stand in the brawl with you. He wants you to go fist for fist with him. He'll take one to give you one, and his one's going to be harder than your one. So I felt like I had to fight him that way, stylistically and just mentality-wise. So I was like, man, I thought I had a great plan, but I don't think anybody respected that. So I was like, this plan, I got to go out there. I got to put on a show, fighting in Abu Dhabi, fighting on a huge card over there. And like I said, I felt disrespected by the UFC, by the fans. And I was like, I have to put on a show. I have to do something that's going to make them respect me.
100% agree. Look,